So, today we are going to go through our ASMR adventure through Thetis. So, off screen, I have gotten enough power, 40 power exactly, to be able to go on with our next mission, which is to the Illuvian. Oh, hold on. Okay. So hopefully we will be able to do that without too much issue. I think that I probably leveled up enough to be able to do it pretty confidently. Because I'm at level 14, so I feel like that's pretty good. Music feels a little loud now. I feel like that should be a little bit better.
Lineage from a few interested parties at the Winter Palace.
Andraste, preserve me. Feel free to use those requests as kindling.
No, I shall take them. I want to know who pines for our commander. We can use this to our advantage.
I am not bait.
Hush, just look pretty.
I love that. I feel like we don't really need any of this. I don't really want history knowledge, but I do kind of want the exclusive training, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. Okay. So, investigate Lord Enzo of Antiva. Our agents entered Lord Enzo's home, where they discovered several pieces of correspondence connecting Enzo to the Venatori. Worse, it seems Enzo did more than buy into their philosophy. He's been arranging to send volunteers to red lyrium mines as they took their people from Rialto's poorer, more unfortunate residents. Few noticed the disappearances. Our agents were prepared to confront Enzo with the evidence, but he failed to return. We have since leaked that that he hired a ship to Hercenia in the Free Marches, but it seems unlikely that Enzo knew of our presence, but something spooked him. Mason. Liliana has written a note below. Our agents track Lord Enzo to the Free Marches. His work for the Venatori must not continue. Let us pray the trail does not run cold. Nice. Okay. To serve any master. That was simpler than I would have hoped. The Imperial Counting House clerics were so shocked to have been discovered and so fearful of being found out. They all but swore their loyalty to the Inquisition on the spot. My agents say they're behaving themselves, so my agents... Oh. Give it a go. Far indeed. They sent gifts for you to prove their good faith, but we will watch them closely. Nevertheless, in the meantime, any efforts we make to gather coin in Skyhold will undoubtedly benefit from their placement. That's good to know. Freeing the Valocos mercenaries so I guess we only have one now. The rest of the squad are alive, and they don't have any stupid ideas about meaning and purpose, so that's good. Although, Garrus wrote you a poem to celebrate being rescued, so not all good. Sharkrakar. That was nice. We have so many more pillars, or like whatever you want to call them. Let's just do Ferelden. An offer from the Crows. A letter delivered to Skyhold. Its sender claims to be a member of the Antivan Crows, an infamous guild of assassins. We encountered your agents in Hercynia. It seems the Inquisition and the Crows share a target. Our employer bears no love for Lord Enzo due to, well, let's just say a personal matter. Of course, I imagine your motivations have more to do with the man's Tevinter friends. You know the Venatori, we know Enzo. Why compete for the man? Lend us your knowledge and the job will be done far more quickly. You eliminate an enemy, our employer removes a political rival, and we get paid. A happy ending for all involved. Liliana says cooperating with the Antivan Crows works to our advantage. They have more knowledge of Enzo, and we gain contracts should we need their assistance in the future. Josephine says the Crows are an unfortunate reality of Antivan politics. They will pursue the contract regardless. We may as well know where they are. Or Cullen, do we really want to get tangled up with the Crows? Our people can manage this. I'm thinking Liliana.
Inquisitor.
The Arl's invitation. Ambassador, I apologize for any unpleasantries that might have arisen from my last correspondence with the Inquisition. My people have been under tremendous strain for too long, even before the destruction of the Conclave, and it has taken its toll on all of Redcliffe Arling. But that is in the past. Today I write to offer an invitation to the Inquisition. The Banon of Calon is part of my domain and now lies empty. Bon Elara lost her life attending the Conclave. Her only living relative holds lands too far away to administer both. By Ferelden customs, the lands are now property of whomever claims them through skill of arms. A tournament will be held at Callan, with the victor taking the title as their prize. The Inquisition may send a champion to fight in the melee if you wish. Sincerely, Arl Dagan Guerin. Josephine says we can't really run a ban on, but a well-chosen envoy could win us Ferelden allies, or we could send a champion. It may not be wise to win, however, Ferelden's hold grudges. I'm thinking Josephine.
Inquisitor.
And then, of course, build watchtowers. So the refugees in the hinterlands face threats from bandits, demons, apostate mages, and Templar deserters. Build watchtowers in the area will help Inquisition forces ensure the safety of refugees and farmers. The appropriate building sites have already been marked, and Colin says my soldiers will have those towers up in short order.
All right.
Perfect. Okay, so now we need to go to Orlais and start what pride has wrought. The Inquisition is now a force to be reckoned with. Call its allies to rally the soldiers and march with Inquisitor Adar's army to the Arbor Wilds, where they will face Corypheus' zealots one final time. The Inquisition must stop Corypheus before the Darkspawn Magister finds a long-lost elven artifact in the wild that allows him to enter the Fade physically and claim its power.
With an illuvion, Corypheus could cross into the Fade in the flesh.
Indeed. The Inquisitor can attest that these artifacts still work if one knows how to use them.
What happens when Corypheus enters the Fade?
Why, he will gain his heart's desire and take the power of a god. Or, and this is more likely, the lunatic will unleash forces that tear the world apart.
In Redcliffe, I saw the future Corypheus built. Can't let that happen.
It was always so, was it not? The madman would bury us all.
Pardon me, but does this mean everything's lost unless we get to the Illuvian before him?
Corypheus has a head start, no matter how quickly our army moves.
We should gather our allies before we march.
Can we wait for them? We should send our spies ahead to the Arbor Wilds.
Without support from the soldiers, you'd lose half of them.
Then what should we do?
For starters, we don't let Corypheus worry us to death. Imagine how embarrassing that would be. Josephine, have our allies send scouts to meet us in the wilds. Liliana, your fastest agents will join them. Together, we'll have enough spies to slow down Corypheus' army until Cullen's soldiers arrive.
Such confidence. But the Arbor Wilds are not so kind to visitors. Old elven magic lingers in those woods.
We'd be remiss to not take advantage of your knowledge, Lady Morgan. Please, lend us your expertise.
Is why I came here. Although it is good to see its value recognized.
Any further instructions, Inquisitor?
The Inquisition began as a handful of soldiers. Thanks to you, we're now a force that will topple a self-proclaimed god. I could ask for no finer counsel, no better guidance.
I speak for all of us when I answer. We could ask for no finer cause.
We'll hound Corypheus in the wilds before he can find the temple or this Illuvian.
The Arbor Wilds. So there's two different pathways that we can take in this run, I guess. So we can either go through and do as the elves do, or we can be rude. And of course I want to do what the elves do, and chat agrees, so we gotta do it. I'm so excited for Dragon Age 4. I know it's gonna look so good. We're here for the drama, drama.
Inquisitor,
How goes the battle, Captain?
the Red Templars fall beneath our blades, your worship. Commander Cullen says they're nearly finished. Our scouts saw Corypheus traveling towards an elven ruin to the north. We can clear you a path through his armies.
You know what I definitely didn't do, though? I did not do the side mission that would help us for this, huh? Oh well.
So all you have to do is fend off Corypheus' worst zealots until I've returned.
We shall not flinch, your worship, not a one of us. Andraste guide you, Inquisitor.
I wonder, is it Andraste your soldiers invoke during battle, or does a more immediate name come to their lips?
They show me respect, Morrigan. No one mistakes me for the Maker.
True. You are far more likely to come to their aid than a chantry fable, but I digress. If your scouts report accurately, I believe these ruins to be the Temple of Mythal.
Which is?
A place of worship out of elven legend. If Corypheus seeks it, then the Illuvian he covets lies within.
And hope. And hope.
Let us hope we reach this temple before the entire forest is reduced to ash.
Okie dokie. Hey, y'all. Hello. Okay.
We are gladdened to see you, Herald. This day will be recalled for ages. We are privileged to witness the fulfillment of the Inquisition's purpose.
The sight of our Orlesian allies risking their lives here humbles me.
Your worthy cause would have friends, even if we did not win it. Men and women of faith serve you. Their favor is no less than our own, their service no less dear. With Orlais at your side, we will see you victorious against Corypheus. May you walk in the light.
May you walk in the light.
Inquisitor, I hear this Illuvian lies in a temple nearby. That's where the fighting will be worst. Andraste, keep you safe.
Move everyone immediately if the fighting comes closer.
You may count. Good luck.
Thank you, darling. I wonder where Briola is at. Do you think she comes to this battle somewhere? What's over here? I feel like I didn't know this was over here. That's interesting. Oh, am I stuck? Okay. Cascade. Anybody I can talk to? No. Okay, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Listen to how close the fighting's gotten. It will be worse ahead.
One last push and we can lick our wounds. I wonder if Corypheus will show.
I hope you're right about this temple, Morrigan. They could use a building or two.
As the sun renews itself, so must the faithful renew their love of the Maker. Penance shall be a joy, serving him with a heart of love unbound. Your struggle shall be a gift, for it redeems you in his sight.
Maker, let me be a worthy servant, that you might take me into your side.
My thanks, your worship. Andraste must hear you. I was a pilgrim at Haven. I saw the wreckage and how you emerged to lead us. If the Maker bids me serve you, it will be done.
I don't know why I chose that option. But I did.
Empress Celine's general is just down the hill, Inquisitor. He wishes to join.
Thank you. He's so pretty, so green. And the beautiful birds. wish I could go into a forest that looks like this. It's like my biggest wish. That and like being on a beautiful beach. But I've been to a beach before, so. Why am I so slow?
Those were Grey Wardens. They must be the last of those enslaved in Adamant.
If they are forced to obey him, death will be a blessing.
That's so sad. What noise is that? Did you hear that?
For the Inquisition!
Yes. I want that plant.
There, ahead, an entire camp of Red Templars.
Watch out. They've posted archers on the wall.
We got the Red Skull. Is they a little bit powerful? They don't really see him anymore, but as I say that. Okay, nice. We haven't leveled up yet, though. That kinda sucks.
Were we just attacked by elves?
Captain Lowen, I don't want grumbling in the lower ranks that our Lord Gryphius and he handpicked Grey Wardens to be part of this honor guard over his Templars. Our charge is not to understand his will, it is only to obey it. Besides, our master is still sore he lost all but a few dozen enslaved Grey Wardens to the Inquisitor at Adamant. If your soldiers are smart, they'll keep quiet about it, Lieutenant Galden.
But they don't look like any elves I've ever seen.
Perhaps these creatures are the reason few return from the Arbor Wilds.
love that. Gotta love the small baby man who feels his car needs to be loud. Everyone, clap for the small baby man. Does it say there's an enemy over here?
Get the warrior!
It says there's enemies over here. Did I miss? Oh, I missed enemies. Can't believe I almost missed enemies.
Good hunting, Inquisitor. We are keeping them at bay. Follow the river to the temple.
Is that Liliana? like it right around. Like just, like right it to work. All regal. That's ideal, I think.
There. That must be the Temple of Mythal.
We haven't seen Corypheus yet. Bet that's about to change.
I'd count on it. Be ready.
I hear fighting ahead.
Thank you.
They still think to fight us, Master.
These are but remnants. They will not keep us from the Well of Sorrows.
Well of Sorrows?
Be honored. Witness death at the hands of a new god.
Okay. Well, roll credits, I guess.
It cannot be.
Cross the bridge, now!
What kind of magic is this where it can keep Corypheus out? I think that's gotta be some strong ass magic.
At last, Mythal's sanctum. Let us proceed before Corypheus interferes.
You said Corypheus wanted an eluvian, but he mentioned a Well of Sorrows. Which is right?
I am uncertain of what he referred to.
You're not certain? You said you knew what he was looking for.
I suspected. I did not know. Yes, I was wrong. Does that please you? Whatever the Well of Sorrows might be, Corypheus seeks it, and thus you must keep it from his grasp.
Let's find this well before Corypheus's people do. I want to know how Corypheus returned to life. We saw him die.
And his life force passes on to any blighted creature, darkspawn, or Grey Warden.
So that's how the bastard survived, Hawk.
We'll find a way to stop Corypheus once we're done here.
'Tis strange. Archdemons possess the same ability, and still the Grey Wardens are able to slay them. Yet Corypheus they locked away. Perhaps they knew he could do this, but not how. It appears the temple's magics are still strong.
Is this Elven? Does it say anything about this Well of Sorrows?
I only recognize a few phrases. A Belisan, meaning place of sorrow. That must be the well. There is something about knowledge, respectful or pure. Shiven. 'Tis all I can translate. That it mentions the well is a good omen.
At least we know the Well of Sorrows was important.
Supplicants to Mythal would have first paid obeisance here. Following their path may aid entry.
A ritual to appease elven gods? Long dead or no, I don't like it.
If need be, unless you wish to turn back. Yes?
I didn't know.
Are you certain Corypheus is using the power of the Blight?
I didn't know you could talk more, can you?
Perhaps you forget. I was in Ferelden during the Fifth Blight. I have seen a true archdemon rage. How Corypheus gained the power to send his soul into blighted bodies, that is the real question.
Okay.
Let's continue.
As you wish.
We got a lot of ground to cover, so let's go.
I see the Red Templars have already encountered the Temple's guardians.
We can read this. The rebel god, the Dalish use Harlan to mean traitor to one's kin, but the word does not appear in any elven text before the Tower's age. The ancient root word is related to Harlan, or opposition, and Helathan, or noble struggle. The Dalish call Fenharel a god of deception, but I posit a far more accurate translation would be a god of rebellion. What he rebelled against is a story lost to time. In Dalish legends, Fenharel seals away the other deities out of love of trickery. If we understood more ancient Elven, we might find earlier versions of the Dreadwolf's story give him a more nuanced motivation beyond fight.
Why would this be?
Something wrong?
It depicts the Dread Wolf, Fenharel. In elven tales, he tricks their gods into sealing themselves away in the beyond for all time. Setting Fenharel in Mythal's greatest sanctum is as blasphemous as painting Andraste naked in the chantry.
Some chantries display statues of Andraste's betrayer, Mafarath, as part of the chant.
It might fulfill a similar function, a reminder of vigilance for the faithful. Still, so long as the wolf's jaws cannot close around us, we may pass safely on.
Excellent. My god, I'm so sorry that was so loud. It spooked me too.
Hold them off!
Okay, Samson.
Come on, we might catch them.
Hold a moment. While they rush ahead, this leads to our true destination. We should walk the petitioner's path as before.
An army fights and dies for us. The longer we tarry, the more soldiers we lose outside. Let's jump down and be done with this place.
Just a thought. Maybe rushing through this place like a mad bull isn't the best plan.
You see the urgency? We cannot find the Well of Sorrows unprepared.
We don't know what's behind those doors. They might have a reason for going another way.
Had they the option, they would have proceeded. That must lead to their goal.
Their goal? Or yours?
There is a danger to the natural order. Legends walked Thedas once, things of might and wonder. Their passing has left us all the lesser. Corypheus would squander the ancient power of the well. I would have it restored.
I wasn't expecting your answer to be so romantic.
Trust me, your surprise is matched only by my own. Mankind blunders through the world, crushing what it does not understand. Elves, dragons, magic. The list is endless. We must stem the tide, or be left with nothing more than the mundane. This I know to be true. I read more in the first chamber than I revealed. It said a great boon is given to those who use the Well of Sorrows, but at a terrible price.
What exactly did that altar say about the Well of Sorrows?
Like most elven writing, it was insufferably vague. The term I deciphered was Halam Shivanas, the sweet sacrifice of duty. It implies the loss of something personal for duty's sake, yet for those who served at this temple, a worthwhile trade.
What sort of curse should we brace ourselves for if we use the well?
It would be easier by far to advise you of a curse. This price is not so well defined. My priority is your cause, but if the opportunity arises to save this well, I am willing to pay the cost.
And gain what?
That is what we must discover. The rituals may point the way.
Fine. We'll do the thing. Even though it takes longer.
Time to proceed to the next ritual, I should think. We are close. There is but one more path to follow.
How does she know this? Who told her? Myself look like a total fool.
So, what now?
Come, let us see if the doors have opened.
It's very close now. So pretty. Song to Falun Din. The people swore their lives to Falun Din, who mastered the dark that lies, whose shadows hunger, whose faithful sing, whose wings of death surround him, thick as night. Let the Navir, master scryer, be our guide through shapeless worlds and airless skies.
Who is this meant to be?
Falun Din, overseer of funerals and guide to the elven dead. I have heard the Dalish invoke him on their deathbed, or before quests from which they expect no return.
People cling to whatever gives them hope when their time comes.
Perhaps that's why the Dalish sometimes refer to Falun Din as the merciful one. Tis not what I expected. What was this chamber used for?
We're being watched.
Vernavis, you are unlike the other invaders. You bear the mark of magic, which is familiar. How has this come to pass? What is your connection to those who first disturbed our slumber?
I don't understand the slumber bit. Who are you?
I am called Abelas. We are sentinels, tasked with standing against those who trespass on sacred ground. We wake only to fight, to preserve this place. Our numbers diminish with each invasion. I know what you seek. Like all who have come before you, you wish to drink from the Vira Belasan.
The place of the Way of Sorrows. He speaks of the well.
It is not for you. It is not for any of you.
We came to stop Corypheus. He's here to take your well, not I.
I believe you. Trespassers you are, but you have followed rites of petition. You have shown respect to Mythal. If these others are enemies of yours, we will aid you in destroying them. When this is done, you shall be permitted to depart. And never return.
I'll admit the idea of fighting the last of their kind does not thrill me.
Consider carefully. You must stop Corypheus, yes, but you may also need the well for your own.
I accept your offer.
You will be guided to those you seek. As for the Vira Bellasan, it shall not be despoiled, even if I must destroy it myself.
No!
Morrigan!
Honestly, I forgot she was a shapeshifter in Dragon Age Origins until
One stayed
this
behind.
game.
Our guide, I suppose.
I was like,
Mythal
oh,
announced.
That's helpful, since Morrigan chased off on her own.
She's worried about this well, not Corypheus.
but of course. Okay, anyways. Sorry.
This place looks untouched.
The entire temple must have looked like this long ago.
The judgment of Mythal. Whenever one, the people wronged another, they would not call on Elgar'nan to avenge them, for his fury would destroy all it touched. Mythal saw this bring strife. Oh, this sentence structure is really weird. Mythal saw this bring strife among the people and went to Elgar'nan. She offered to deliver justice when the people warred among themselves. Elgar'nan saw her wisdom and agreed, binding all to abide by her verdicts. Some petitioning Mythal for justice and jealousy, accusing those who had done them no wrong. She saw their lies and struck them down. Others petitioning Mythal for justice burned with wrath for her magic slights. She saw their weak hearts and struck them down. Those coming to her with clear minds and open hearts were granted judgment and protection, and Mythal harried their enemies into the end of their days.
How could the elves pour such devotion into this nonsense?
I'm so sorry. Longbow of the Griffin. Oh, that's kind of cool. It has a higher damage percentage, and it doesn't have a rune. Though it will take away a little bit of my. Oh man, it's like way leveled up. That would be why. Okay. I like her walk. So should I walk? It was Hellfire here. So there is probably...
The light from the torch is affecting the runes.
This one's really long. Elgar'nan, wrath and thunder, give us glory, give us victory over the earth that shakes our cities. Strife the usurpers with your lightning, burn the ground under your gaze. Bring wing to death against those who turn on our work. Elgar'nan, help us tame souls, but draw no family.